Now let's start understanding more on the financial markets. Okay, so here remember, as I just told you, a financial market is a market for creation and exchange of financial assets. So basically, when it is a point where the savers and the business firms or investors meet. Okay, so here basically what happens is there is a creation of financial markets. Then once the market is created, there is an exchange of assets, okay, which is nothing but the financial assets. So let's understand this in this format. We have business firms who access the financial markets, okay. Then we also have banks who will give their extra money, whatever they have, they have received from household savers. They would receive from household savers, then they will save that because the savers want to save the money. So then the banks will have some extra cash which they will give to business firms. Also, if business firm needs more money, they can always go to financial markets, okay. And financial markets, obviously it is the household savers who access the financial markets for investing their money which is being saved. Now, let's see the functions of financial market. See, the first function of financial market is to mobilize the savings, fine, and then channelize them. That is, first thing is it will mobilize savings and then it will channel it into the most productive users. What does this mean? See, it facilitates transfer of savings from savers to investors. Let's say I'm a 25-year-old girl, okay, and I'm earning, this is my first job, so have started earning, let's assume 25,000 per month, okay. Now, after meeting all my expenses, I have around 10 to 12,000 in hand, which is my savings. Now, I really don't want to go to bank and keep the money in the bank because interest rates are falling. So then I will access the financial market. So because there is a financial market present in India, hence I am able to transfer the savings to investors, okay. Remember, it is only because of financial markets that the savers get a choice of different investments and then they can channelize the surplus funds which they have into the most productive use. For example, because I am expecting a higher return from the financial markets, so I have different ways to invest in those financial markets. It could be like investing in the share market, okay, that is into the share cap, being a shareholder of a company. It could be like going in for a debt instrument, buying debentures or preference shareholders. So it's being a saver, because I have access to financial markets, so I get different investment choices. Now, it facilitates price discovery. Now, remember, I have been telling you that there are forces of demand and supply in place in any financial market. So, because of that forces, it is easy to establish a price for a commodity or service in the market. So, in financial market, what happens? The household are the suppliers of the fund, right? And the business would represent the demand. So, the forces of demand here is the household being the suppliers, the business houses being the demand, being the people who are demanding the money. So, whatever interaction happen between the demand and supply forces will help to establish the price of a financial asset which is being traded in the particular market. So, the price discovery happens because in a financial market the forces of demand and supply are in place. Now, let's move further. See, the next function which we have is it provides liquidity to financial assets. What does that mean? See, financial markets facilitate easy purchase and sale of financial assets. What happens? Because I have a financial market in place, and nowadays because of the technology we have, I can just log in into my laptop, okay, access the market and buy or sell the financial assets. So it provides liquidity to the financial assets which are being traded in the financial market. So because of this liquidity, what happens? The investments made by the saver can be converted into cash whenever required. Let's say I invested 12,000 every month out of that 25,000 which I was saving. I was earning, so I was saving 12,000, I told you, right? For 10 months I invested. So that's approximately 1,20,000 which I invested in the financial markets. Okay, during the 11th month, I needed cash on an immediate basis because of some family issue. So, because I have access to financial markets, so I can just sell off the financial assets in which or instruments in which I invested and get the money. So, that liquidity is being provided by the financial market, as you can convert in cash whenever you require. Okay. Now, holders of assets can readily sell their financial assets through mechanism of financial market. So, as I just explained you, whenever you want, you can come out of the investment you have made and have the cash in your hand. Now, remember, although certain instruments would have some lock-in period, so you will have to be careful about those things. Now, the next is it reduces the cost of transactions. How is that possible? Let's understand. See, financial market will provide you the valuable information about the securities which is being traded in the market. So, whatever details you want, let's say Demat has been traded in the financial market, that is a share market. So, you can get easy information about that particular security. So, whatever securities instruments are getting traded, you get information on an easy basis. So, it helps to save time, effort and money both of the buyer and the seller of the financial asset, because otherwise what would have happened if this financial market was not there and I wanted to invest my 12,000. So, I had to find a person who is ready to take this 12,000 and give me my return. Second thing, what would have happened? I had to keep on checking, and because initially I don't know that person. So, is he going to return my 12,000 which I am investing? Is he going to provide me a regular return which I am expecting? That's always an issue. So, all these things are nullified when you trade in financial markets. Okay. That is the reason it is said that financial market is a common platform where buyers and sellers can meet for fulfillment of their individual needs. Now, because everything is available in the financial markets, the information about the product, also easy access to the seller or to the buyer, any of the party, hence it reduces the cost of transactions. Now, let's quickly see how the financial markets are classified. We classify financial markets as money market, and then we have capital market. Okay, we learn about each one of them in the next coming slides, but right now remember, for capital market we have the primary market and the secondary market. Under primary market we have the debt equity, both can be traded. Okay, the same thing under secondary market, both debt and equity can be traded. Now, what is primary market, what is secondary market, what is money market, we'll learn in the next videos.